I wanted to ask you as well about Australia Post. A bit of toing and froing over this. They've got a COVID-19, it's described as a rescue package. So from now, if this legislation passes until June next year, they only have to deliver letters every 2 days. They say letter demand has dropped right off. Parcels are going gangbusters, which seems to make sense, and they've pledged no redundancies. But Labor so far indicating it won't support the legislation. Why not?
Well, because Australia Post has not undertaken the consultation necessary. I mean, both Australia Post and the government, who was effectively conned by Australia Post, say there's nothing to worry about. But if there was nothing to worry about, why didn't they consult with their own workforce first? I mean, the workforce has worked with Australia Post in dealing with the very change that you highlighted in your question, that letters are dropping. Half of pretty much most posties' delivery rounds involve parcels anyway. There had been a spirit in times past to work with Post on this, and Post basically snuck this out with our consultation. The regulatory relief that's been provided should be withdrawn. They should go back to the drawing board in terms of consultation, and when this is done properly and all those aspects have been dealt with, bring it in. But the way it's been snuck in is wrong, and it is halving the number of delivery days that would be provided, and it's using the cover of coronavirus to do it.
But a lot of things have changed very quickly with coronavirus. Clearly, the demand for parcels skyrocketed. I mean, there's all sorts of reports, I can say from personal experience, you order things, they're coming a lot later because there's such a huge demand for them. Don't you see the need for such a quick change, and we still seem to be in that zone at the moment?
But as I indicated to you a few moments ago, Tom, even right now, parcels had already formed a large part of the daily delivery of posties. It's already happening, and it's been happening over a period of time. And in times past,
well, what Australia, just to jump in, sorry, the issue here is
Australia Post management.
Yeah, the issue is, sorry to jump in, we're nearly out of time, but it's the size of parcels. So your traditional postie can't take most of these. They want to switch to van workers, much bigger parcels. That seems to make sense, doesn't it?
Well, as I said, this stuff can be worked through. Australia Post management and the government have refused to do this. The only reason you're seeing now claims of no forced redundancies by Australia Post is because they've had to be embarrassed publicly about the way they've snuck this in. And most people in most neighbourhoods across the country have relied on their postie to deliver items that they've been waiting on. They recognise the value of that service. It seems like the only people that haven't appreciated the work and the effort of posties has been management at Australia Post.